ever wondered why your ex suddenly texts you out of nowhere? It's confusing, sometimes even a bit unsettling, but understanding the real reason behind these messages can be a game changer. In this video, I'll break down 3 specific types of messages that exes often send. More importantly, you'll learn exactly how to respond to each one. Whether you're looking to rekindle things or just move on peacefully, knowing the right way to handle these texts could make all the difference. These aren't just guesses. These are proven patterns from real-life breakups and reconciliations that come up time and time again. And if you're ready for more insights like this, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. The first message type we'll cover is the validation-seeking trap text. It's the kind of message where your ex might say, "Why are you ignoring me?" Or, "Are we really never going to talk again?" Messages like these can feel pressing and loaded with emotion. This text usually stems from a need for reassurance. Your ex may feel insecure or uncertain about the breakup and is looking to confirm that they still have some influence or place in your life. A big mistake here is reacting too quickly or revealing too much of your feelings. Responding emotionally can weaken your position and make it seem like you're overly affected, giving away control. If you're in a period of no contact, it's best not to reply right away, if at all. Sometimes, simply taking a few hours to clear your head and letting the message sit can be enough. If you do choose to respond, a simple message like, "I just need some time for myself," works well. This response is calm, clear, and keeps you in control. By not jumping in with a quick or emotional reply, you're showing self-respect and control, which speaks volumes. Now, let's talk about the check-in text. This is when your ex sends you something like, "Hey, what's up?" or a simple, "How have you been?" It might seem casual, even friendly, but it often carries a lot of hidden meaning. These messages are usually very brief and to the point, giving you little to work with, yet they can easily catch you off guard. So why would your ex send a message that seems so trivial? In most cases, this is a way for them to test the waters. They may want to know if you're open to communicating or to check if you're still accessible to them. Often, they're looking for some reassurance that you're not entirely gone from their life, but they might not be ready to show their true intentions. This type of message can be a mix of curiosity, insecurity, and sometimes just habit. One common mistake people make when they receive a check-in text is reading too much into it. It's easy to get excited or overthink the meaning behind a quick, "Hey." Responding with too much enthusiasm or eagerness can give the impression that you're still waiting around, and that can reduce your sense of independence and mystery. Another misstep is replying instantly, which might seem like you're still too available. Remember, this is a brief, almost throwaway message from your ex. It doesn't need to be a big deal, and overthinking it can lead to responding in a way that makes you look too invested. If you're still in no contact, meaning you haven't reached out to them in a while, it's best to avoid responding to this type of message altogether. Ignoring a simple "Hey" or "How are you" sends a strong silent message that you're moving on, which can be incredibly powerful in itself. They may start to realize they don't have easy access to you anymore, which can actually increase their interest. However, if you've completed a no-contact period or are open to light communication, you can respond briefly, but don't go overboard. Here's an example of how to handle it. Wait at least a couple of hours, then reply with something casual like, "Hey, been keeping busy. Hope you're doing well." This shows that you're calm, collected, and not overly invested in the conversation. If you feel comfortable with a bit of humor, you could even reply with something lighthearted like, "Wow, you still remember me." Keep it short, upbeat, and most importantly, avoid diving into deeper topics. The goal here is to let them see you're doing fine without them, which may actually pique their curiosity further. In either case, whether you decide to ignore or respond, taking your time is key. By not replying instantly, you're signaling that you're not waiting by the phone, that you have your own life, and that they're not your primary focus. This creates a sense of mystery and independence, 2 qualities that naturally draw people in. Plus, it gives you time to think about what you really want out of this interaction, whether it's closure, reconciliation, or just keeping the boundaries clear. All right, now we're on to the third type of text you might get from an ex, the temptation text. This is the message that really tugs at your emotions, with lines like, "I miss you," "I still think about you," or even, "I wish you were here." These kinds of texts often feel intense and heartfelt, and for good reason. They're designed to make you feel something. The motivation behind a temptation text is typically an emotional conflict on their part. Your ex might feel nostalgic, lonely, or even regretful, especially if they see that you're moving on or thriving without them. Sometimes, they send this message because they're genuinely unsure about their decision to end things. But it can also be a test to see if you're still interested, almost like a fishing line to see if you'll bite. The most common mistake when receiving a temptation text is to jump right in and respond with a flood of feelings. You might feel tempted to confess that you've missed them too, or tell them how much you still care. But giving into this emotional pull can make you seem overly eager, even desperate, and can give them more control in the situation. Reacting impulsively can derail any progress you've made toward healing and can often lead to mixed messages, making things even more complicated. If you're currently in a period of no contact, the best approach here is to not respond at all. Ignoring this type of message can actually send a very strong signal to your ex. By not responding, you're showing that their emotional pull isn't enough to distract you from focusing on yourself. This can be surprisingly effective in making them realize what they've lost, sometimes even prompting them to reach out in a more genuine way later on. If you've already completed a no-contact period and are open to communication, you can reply, but it's crucial to keep things light and balanced. Here's a simple response. "Yeah, I miss you too sometimes. It's been a journey." This response acknowledges their feelings, but keeps you in control. It's short to the point, and doesn't open the door for a deeper emotional exchange that could put you in a vulnerable position. Another good tactic, if things have been positive and there's been some lighthearted interaction, is to add a bit of humor or playfulness. For example, you could say, "Miss you too, but I've been enjoying my freedom," with a wink emoji or something equally light. This approach shows that you're open to communication, but not dwelling on the past, which can actually increase their curiosity and interest. No matter what, avoid an immediate emotional reply. When you delay your response or keep it low-key, it conveys emotional strength and independence. This tells your ex that, while you may still care, you're not at their beck and call, nor are you rushing back to rekindle things. This control over your emotions is powerful and shows that you're respecting yourself, which is key whether you're aiming for reconciliation or closure. Let's quickly recap the main points. We covered 3 types of texts you might get from an ex. Messages like, "Why are you ignoring me?" or "Are we really never going to talk again?" Here, the best approach is to avoid jumping in with an emotional response and keep things balanced. The casual "Hey" or "How have you been?" text. In most cases, ignoring it is a strong move, but if you're ready to respond, keep it brief and low-key. This is the emotionally charged "I miss you" or "I still think about you" text. Avoid diving in emotionally. Instead, stay calm, lighthearted, and in control. Remember, patience is powerful. Not rushing into a reply allows you to keep your emotional strength intact and handle these messages with intention, not impulse. This approach keeps you in control and projects confidence. If you found these insights helpful, please hit subscribe so you don't miss more tips like these. Also, I'd love to hear from you. What kind of texts have you received from an ex, and how did you handle them? Share your experiences or questions in the comments. It's a great way to support each other and gain new perspectives. And if you're looking for more in-depth advice on handling texts, or even rebuilding a connection with your ex, check out the link in the description below for detailed resources and strategies. Thanks for watching, and good luck.